Hello YouTube and welcome to my dramatic reading series. I'm Keith One Shot, and today we will be covering Dark Knight's Metal number 2 from DC Comics. We start this story off looking at the Earth from space, where we see several bat signals light up on the surface of the Earth, big enough to see from space. We then hear a reading from Carter Hall's journal. I've lived many lives, and heard varying stories about the beginning of our great multiverse. The story I heard most often, first from an old friend named Eben Sur, was about an ancient scientist, Krona, who wanted to explore the mysteries of creation. Krona developed a machine to peer into the very core, to see what lay behind it all, and what he saw was a great hand, so far back that the very act of looking at it opened up millions of worlds. My point is, the actual origin story of our entire multiverse is about exploration, about discovery, about searching for that one thing that you have to find no matter what, whatever it may be. We then see Superman looking down on the Earth, seeing the bat signals. He then says through a comlink, "Tell me you're getting this, Wonder Woman." Diana replies, "All over the world. I see it." Then Superman says, "Batman, we need to find Batman. Right now. Teams, report in." We then go to Gorilla City, where we see Green Arrow running away from the gorillas. Then Superman says, "Green Arrow," and Oliver responds, "Nope, his heartbeat was the transmitter. Just monkey business. No offense back there." We then go to the House of Mystery, where Superman says over the comlink, "Zatanna, Constantine." Zatanna answers, "Just another sleight of hand, Superman. Netic fu ek evag eb an egg." Then John says, "How the bloody hell did he hide a transmitter in walls made of souls?" We then go to LexCorp headquarters in Metropolis, where Superman says over the comlink, "Because he's been planning. Blue Beetle." Then, as Blue Beetle is flying, he answers, "Sorry, no luck here, but just so I'm clear, why are we hunting Batman again?" We then see Superman flying in space as he says, for one, because he's our friend, and he's in trouble, and for another, if Kendra and the Blackhawks are correct, he just stole the most dangerous weapon in the universe, and we need to find him. Yesterday. Cyborg. We've got dark energy rising, causing storms everywhere. Bat symbols lighting up in hidden metals across the globe. Stories of a cosmic demon coming for Bruce. Please tell me you. We then join most of the Justice League, who are chasing after Batman through the Amazon rainforest. Only there are several Batman they are chasing after at once. Cyborg then says, "I have my eyes on him now." Superman then responds, "Thank God, just pin him down. Remember, for all his tricks, he's only one man." Then Cyborg says as he flies over a bat tank, "Thanks, we'll keep that in mind, Superman." Then, Wonder Woman shouts at the tank's driver, "Pull over now, Robin, there's no winning here." Then Damian, who's behind the wheel of the tank, says, "Listen, lady, I'm 13 years old, and driving a bat hog through the Amazon on a Tuesday morning. I'm already winning. Family, evasive action now." Then Superman says over the comlink, "Cyborg, can you?" Then Cyborg replies, "They're blocking me. I can't tell which is him, and I can't tell who has the weapon in his bag. We need to..." We then see Aquaman swimming after Batman, as Aquaman says, "Net them all. I'm on it." Then Batman yells back, "Family, I have one on the line. Now all we have to do is reel him in." Then suddenly, Aquaman jumps out of the water ahead of Batman, knocking him off his vehicle. Then Aquaman puts him in a headlock and says, "Fish jokes. Batman would know better." Then Batman replies, "Technically, net them all is a fish joke." Aquaman then says, "Unless I make them." Then Wonder Woman says over the comlink, "Anything, Aquaman?" And Arthur replies, "No weapon, Wonder Woman, just bait." We then see Hal Jordan, Cyborg, Wonder Woman and the Flash, running after Batman. Then Diana says, "Time to speed this up, Flash." Then Flash says, "Done! Hey Batman! Flash fact about the human brain. The fastest neurons in it travel at about 120 miles per second. That's about the limit of the speed of thought. So yeah, you're smart as hell, but I literally move faster than you can think." Then, as Flash is running next to Batman, Batman says, "Bad fact about the human brain. It weighs 15 pounds, when encased in ice." The Flash then says, "What?" as his head freezes from a gadget that Batman hit him with. Then he falls into the water. Then, as Batman gets away, he sees the Flash ahead of him, with all the other Batman tied up around a tree. Then the Flash says, "Har har har, 120 miles a second, and now you're the last man standing." Then, the League surrounds the last Batman. Then Cyborg says, "I've cracked their code. I see you, Nightwing, and Batwoman, Batgirl, Red Hood, Batwing." Hal Jordan then says, "Listen to us, Nightwing. If he took what they said he took, and it's in that bag, it's far too deadly for anyone being in the universe to possess." Then Wonder Woman says, "You need to give it to us, now." Then Nightwing reaches into his bag and says, "All right, Green Lantern, you win. Here." Then he pulls out a flower and says, "Here." Then Hal Jordan replies, "What is this? A joke?" Then Nightwing smiles and says, "You're looking for the deadliest weapon on the planet. This is the plant. It's an exfoliant. It was in all the bags you snatched. The villagers around here burn it for fear of its effects. They call it, which roughly translates to, the terrible green beatdown. Why? I couldn't guess." Wonder Woman then shouts, "Wait, Cyborg, what are our coordinates? Fast!" Then Aquaman says, "The ground! It's shaking!" Then Cyborg yells, We need to get out of here! Right now!" Then, as the earth shakes, out of it rises Swamp Thing, who says in anger, "Who dares? Who dares harm the green here at the Parliament of Trees? We then go inside of the Bat-Hog, where Damian Wayne says to Batman, who's in the back of the tank, "It's elemental. Basic strategy, father. Separate, distract, and regroup. So what's the rendezvous?" Then Batman replies, "Don't be cocky. Slow down before you hit something." Then suddenly, Superman flies through the Bat-Hog, grabs Batman and flies him into the sky. Then Superman says, "Enough! We've been friends so long. I know your heartbeat nearly as well as Lois. I understand what Kendra said scared you, and I know you're trying to figure this out yourself. But taking what's in that bag, running off, you need to let us help you. Whatever's coming for you." Then Batman replies, "Get the hell off of me before." Then Superman says, "Damn it! Look at me! It's me! We're brothers! Now what in God's name is going on?" Batman then tells Superman, "Alright, you don't understand. I'm the only one who could stop it. This thing, Barbados. It's been targeting me for years. I've even felt it watching from the dark, shaping things. It first saw me when I went back in time. It saw me, and it's been preparing me. They've been preparing me." Superman then says, "Who?" And Batman replies, "The Judas tribe. The mantling has already started. It's been done to me." Then Superman says, "What are you talking about? You're not making any sense." Batman then tells Clark, "Damn it, I'm talking about metal. Heavy metal. Just like Kendra said, Barbados has its followers treat its prey with 5 impossible heavy metals. It's called mantling. When the prey is prepared, Barbados' high priest, the Strigidae, read the ancient rites, and the prey becomes the doorway. Metals that weigh down a soul. That's what Carter Hall wrote in his journal. First, electrium, when I was lost in the Owl's Labyrinth. Dynesium, when I fought Joker to death. Promethium, present in my final machine, which I used to become Batman again, after I died fighting the Joker. And now, Ninth Metal, which I exposed myself to when I attempted to look into the dark myself with Green Lantern and Duke. There's only one metal left. I don't know what it is, but if they infect me with it, I'll become the doorway, a cosmic counterweight. I'll go there, he comes here, with whatever nightmare of mine he's pulled from the dark." Superman then says, "How do we stop it?" Then Batman replies, "I don't know that we can. It's happening now, in Metropolis, all over the world. Metals laced by the Judas tribe, conductors, they're screaming out that Barbados is coming, getting closer." Superman then says, "There has to be a way," and Batman tells him, "There might be, but the key is far from here. Come with me. We can take the bag and..." Then Wonder Woman says, "Enough. He's still lying. I don't need my lasso to tell me. He's stalling us." Superman then notices something. Then suddenly, he punches right through Batman's chest. It's then revealed that Batman is actually Clayface in disguise. Superman then says, "More damn tricks." Then Clayface says, "Easy, Fly Boy. Just playing my part. Got him down pretty well, huh?" Then Wonder Woman says, "Superman, calm down." Then Superman says, "I'm sorry. It's just I meant what I said earlier. I know his heart, and he made these by transmitting his own heartbeat. But the rhythm. He's scared, Diana. More scared than I've ever seen him. And I'm scared for him. For all of us." Diana then replies, "We'll solve this, Superman. If it takes us to the end of the Earth, we will." We then go to Finisterre, or the ends of the Earth, Antarctic lava pit, where we see Kendra Saunders standing in front of a lava pit. As a huge metal dome structure emerges from the lava, a man walks out of the dome and tells Kendra, "Pardon the decor, Kendra. I'm building this place for another purpose, but without need for secrecy. It's the best there is." Then Kendra says, "Enough. I would never associate with you if this weren't dire, Vandal. None of us would, but Batman is still missing, and the visions have started. Dr. Fate, John Henry Irons, they've seen Barbados' army, and the one called Plastic Man. The unstable cells that make up his body are vibrating at frequencies we've never recorded before. He could be the key to understanding what's coming, if we can find him." The two then enter Vandal Savage's Legion of Doom base, where we see the Immortals gathered round, which include Uncle Sam, the Phantom Stranger, the Wizard Shazam, Morgan Le Fay, Vandal Savage, Kendra Saunders, Abel, Ra's al Ghul, Baron Winters, Kane, Jason Blood, and Solomon Grundy. Then, Vandal Savage tells Kendra, "There's no time. We are the oldest beings on the planet, immortal. Many of us descended from the original tribes. We have faced this threat before, and we must use the ultimate option, if necessary." Kendra then responds, "But if we use the brain?" Then Morgan Le Fay says, "If? You mean when? We voted, Kendra. While you were searching for Wayne, it was decided. You will take the Anti-Monitor's astral brain, and you will fire it through the core of the multiverse, at the Rock of Eternity, and destroy the Dark Multiverse, once and for all." Then, the Wizard Shazam says, "It shall be done." Then Kendra replies, "Morgan, great wizard, Carter warned us. Mixing matter and dark matter? It could?" Then Vandal says, "And what other choice do we have?" Then Kendra answers, "We keep looking," and Vandal replies, "The time for that is over." Then Ra's al Ghul says, "Forgive me. I know I am the youngest here, but I do know the detective well, and what he'd be doing right now is finding a way to fight this. He'd be trying to take on Barbados himself, head on, Is there anywhere that impulse might lead him? Then, Kendra tells the Immortals, no, the only way would be to go back to the start, and for that, he would need to find the ancient resting place of... Oh no! We then go to the tomb of Prince Khufu in the Valley of the Kings, where we see Batman making his way down and through the tomb. Then, as he reaches the bottom, Batman says, I can feel you, Dream. Please tell me my plan is the right one. Then, Dream of the Endless tells Batman, I cannot speak to your plan, Batman. I have done for you what I can in this realm. If the Nightmare Army succeeds, if the world goes dark, call to me in the place of the Black Sun. I wish you luck. Then Batman says, wait, Dream! Dream! Am I doing the right thing? Then, from behind Batman, Wonder Woman and Superman come into the tomb. Then Diana says, I don't know who you're talking to, Bruce, but to answer your question, no, you're not doing the right thing. Not by a long shot. Now give us that bag. Superman tells Batman, please, you know what it's capable of. It's destroyed entire worlds before. Killed people we both care about. Then Batman replies, I know. Then Batman reaches inside of his bag and pulls out Baby Darkseid. Then Batman says, and I'm here to use him. Now stay back. Wonder Woman then tells Batman, Darkseid, Bruce, just because he's been transformed into a baby doesn't make him any less dangerous. Then Batman replies, you don't understand. Darkseid's Omega beams once unhinged me from time itself, sent me back to the beginning of man. Barbados saw me then. He set all of this into motion at that moment. The world is in danger. It is my fault, and I endanger it every moment I stand here. We don't have much time. Grail will be looking for him. I have Hawkman's mace now. Barbados was beaten with it once before, the only time he walked the earth. I'm going to use the Omega Sanction to go back and do it again. Wonder Woman then says, the Omega Sanction? You only escaped that time because... Then Batman says, because Barbados wanted me to. Then Diana replies, it's pure madness, Bruce. You go back, you'll erase yourself from the world. You'll erase Batman forever. Batman then says, you don't think I know that? I know it's a one-way. Just please watch over my family. All of them. And Damian. Help him become a better man than I ever was. And tell him I'm sorry. Tell them all. Now, when I remove these Godwave goggles, we'll all be at risk. I need you both to stand back. Then Diana replies, Batman, please. Then, over the comlink, Kendra says, it's Kendra. Wonder Woman, do you hear me? Did you find him? Diana replies, not now, Kendra. Then Kendra says, no, listen, damn it. He thinks he's in the tomb of Prince Khufu, but he's not. I destroyed that tomb decades ago. They misdirected him and walked right into their trap. He's in the tomb of Hatset. You've been set up. Then suddenly, the Trinity is all attacked. Superman and Wonder Woman fall to the ground. Then Batman is spiked with metal needles. Then, the Strigidae appear and say, it has been so long since our eyes have rested on you, great traveler. We, the ancient priests who serve the dark god Barbados in your name. So long have we Strigidae waited for this day, for the mantling, and now it is upon us. Then Batman replies, how? How did you do this? We then see members of the Court of Owls enter the tomb and tell Batman, oh, hiding in history has always been the greatest talent of the Court of Owls. Since our ancestors broke from the birds, from the bats, and we were condemned as the Judas tribe, we've helped our dark brethren. All these years, we've been preparing you, my boy, infecting you, weighing you down. Each step brings you closer. Now, our pact is complete, and we have awoken the ancient Strigidae, so they might bring the Bat God here, from the dark. We spent generations hiding our nests in Wayne buildings. Did you really think we didn't know where Carter Hall hid his journal? All we needed to do to lead you here was change the coordinates of the tomb. Your reckless obsession did the rest. Another owl then says, now, the final step of the mantling was a challenge. The last metal didn't exist in our world. We funded the science, but it was the great power collider in Gotham that finally did the trick. Stories so often rhyme in the most interesting ways. We should have known the final metal would be forged in the heat of the cosmos beneath Gotham City. Then Batman shouts, stop this! Stop this now! Batman then shouts in a panic, no! No! Don't do this! Then an owl replies, it's too late for that! Strigidae, begin! Then the ritual begins, and Batman is treated with the final metal. Then he screams out, no! No! Then, the Court of Owls say to themselves, it's opening. He has become the doorway. The Bat God comes. Hail Barbados. He will chain the world, and we shall rule with him. I see something. Look, I can hear him. He's coming. Then suddenly, 4 demonic robins come through the doorway and begin attacking and ripping the owls to pieces as the owls scream out in pain. The robins shout, crow, 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 crow. Then, a voice calls out to the robins saying, bah! That's right. Heal, boys. Then, Wonder Woman and Superman both look up to see who else walked through the doorway. Then Superman says, oh God! And Diana says, Bruce, where is he? Then a voice answers, you want Bruce Wayne? Look around! Then, we see several demonic nightmare versions of Batman. The Drowned, a female Aqua Batman. The Devastator, a Doomsday Batman. The Murder Machine, a cybernetic Batman. The Reader, the Batman who laughs, a demonic Joker Batman. The Merciless, a God of War Batman. The Red Death, a speedster Batman. And the Dawnbreaker, a Green Lantern Batman. And behind them, under a cloak, is Barbados, and they all scream out to Wonder Woman and Superman, "I'm right here!" Superman then shouts, "Barbados, we will beat you!" Then Wonder Woman says, "We've beaten gods and monsters before." Then, Barbados shocks the two of them and tells them, "Because I let you! Welcome to the dark!" We then hear a reading from Carter Hall's journal. But I didn't tell you the whole story, the origin of the multiverse, because the thing is, as much as I fight the truth, the fact is, the story of Krona is also a tragedy. See, Krona was reviled for his hubris, for going too far. He became the most hated man in the multiverse, that great hand. It might as well have pointed its finger at him and accused him itself. The origin story of our multiverse is a cautionary tale. It says, explore too far, and you may just become the villain of your own story. We then see Wonder Woman and Superman screaming in pain as the dark energy attacks them. Then, the Batman who laughs says, "This is gonna be fun!" And that ends today's story. Comic published by DC Comics. All rights, story, and characters belong to DC Comics and their respective owners. Not me. This has been Dark Knight's Metal number 2, and I'm your host, Keith One Shot. If you like this video, make sure to check out the rest of my Comic Complete dramatic reading series, and support DC Comics by picking up a copy of the trades and single issue comics. Support your local comic book shop. Take care and have a great day. Goodbye!